Hi everyone. It's Adam.
Oh, Amanda.
We're doing this video because we were actually discussing a topic that until recently has kind of, I guess, gone unnoticed, or I don't know how you describe it.
Gone unsolved.
Yeah, gone unsolved. Um, and with transition or anything in life, parents can be an issue. um, And with that said, we were discussing the issue with a relative on one of our sides that not even my transition, but our relationship as a whole hasn't accepted it or respected it, rather. So
To acknowledge this.
I'm just a really good friend.
Mhm. Adam, or Monica, might I say, is my good friend and roommate.
Who buys you jewelry?
Who buys me jewelry? Like my promise ring. See that? Looks like
It just looks like metal on here,
yeah,
but
it's beautiful up close. But it's just Monica is the nice roommate that I have that I've been friends with since high school, and we currently share the same bed, which we're sitting in right now.
which explains the lovely AC units and
Doesn't
change
even
of
work.
scenery behind us. But anyways, so the big issue was that this person, that wouldn't acknowledge us. We weren't so much as allowed to on Facebook until we found out what blocking was. Post that we were in a relationship, even like comments, post comments like, oh, having, not even use pronouns, but having a great day with the one that I love, being non-gender specific. So, that's been an issue, and yeah, like Facebook, oh, it's whatever, but it's the fact of the matter. It's the fact that, you know, certain other people are allowed to post, like things like, oh, I miss them so much. They're my everything. Lottie fucking da. Oh, this um, I'm sorry.
We're cursing on the internet.
But anyways, so that, and then it's also been in coming out about my transition. This person was one of the first people that we told. Well, I told. I had the pleasure of sitting down with this person alone. Um, that I told, and they refused to call me Adam. But the thing that really got me, and quite honestly, really upsets me, is that this person said this will never be me as a man, and that because I wasn't born a man, I will never be a man, and that a man is this, that, and the other thing, which when they listed this, that, and the other thing, works with tools, does this, pays bills. I do all of those things. I
All of them. He takes care of the cars, he does all the shopping, he pays all the bills.
you make me sound like a girl.
No, he food shops, he provides food like on the table and
I cook the food
oh my
on
god,
the table.
he's amazing. No, he's an amazing cook. I told him he should be a chef, but then he was just like, no, I would never eat my own cooking. I'd vomit
I
and
hate
die.
my own cooking.
He won't eat anything that he cooks unless it's like steak or burgers. It has to be meat. He'd eat
Or
meat.
salmon.
Or salmon. Meat or, yes, meat.
And even then it's very plain. But anyways, but so, that just really hit me on a deep level because just a brief summary of what in transition entails. There's a top surgery and a bottom surgery. And the bottom surgery for men, I can't completely speak for women. For men is very invasive and consists of 3 or 4 surgeries, if no reconstructive surgery, Oh, well, corrective surgery, not reconstructive. If no corrective surgery is needed. And so, with that said, like, I have to go through an extreme amount of pain. Just to give you another brief summary, the top surgery is called a mastectomy, and that is the removal of breasts. They are. I choose to not acknowledge them, but anyway. So it's the removal of breasts, and then of course the bottom surgery is to make a phallus. It is called a phalloplasty. You're disgusting. Anyways, so to make a phalloplasty, they obviously have to have something to make it out of, and in making it out of that, they take skin, and where they take skin from is another fun place. They will take the skin from underneath your armpit all the way down to your waist to then make the phallus, and that's just stage numero uno. And there's several other stages I will be addressing that in another block.
So basically, they take every layer of your skin, cut like an 8-inch strip of it off of your body, then attach it to itself and sew it back on down there to make it look good, trust me. But you have a chunk of your flesh missing. It's just gone. And then they have to take your skin from where they took your skin and then staple it back together again because it's like this. There's just ribs and muscle here.
And for my friend Frankie, they make a sort of Y incision. The Y cut. Well, not the Y cut. I'll explain that later.
That joke?
But anyway, so, but back to that. So that really hurt that, I'm going to go through that and have to take testosterone in shots twice a month for the rest of my life. Forever. Like, to the day that I die. And I've discussed the injection site, and it's most likely going to be in my ass. I'm coming off of being upset and angry.
Well, yeah,
I swear, like a sailor.
Yeah. We have issues with cursing, so if you find this offensive, we're really, really sorry.
I'm not.
Well, Adam's not, but I'm sorry for Adam.
But I do apologize. That's very unintellectual of me. But anyways, it is. It's not using words.
I know.
But anyway, so that really affected me. Another thing that affected me is the fact that this person, like simple things, like won't say thank you to me when I do things. And I don't just do things to get something out of it or whatever. I do things because I like to do things for people and make them happy. That's why I'm becoming a doctor, because I get to do things for people and make them happy. But a thank you from time to time would be nice. 4-hour trip to go get said person's son. A thank you to my face would be nice. If I so much as left this person's house without saying goodbye,
that would be really, really rude in their book.
Really rude. But back to what we were talking about, that just really affected me. And so we were just talking about what to do, and we've been working with my counselor that I see as a part of my transition, because you do have to see a counselor when going through transition. And basically, Amanda has to do something really hard, and I've had to do it before too. Not an entirely similar situation because Amanda's never gone through transition, had a name change or anything. But anyways, but she will have to basically tell this person that if he wants to be a part of my life, Adam's a part of my life, and you have to tell him Adam. Not some words, but you have to accept him and
accept us in general. Just not accept us as much as show us the level of respect that you would show any other couple.
Yeah.
basically just keep your nasty, hurtful words to yourself and just show us the decent human respect that human beings deserve. So it's really hard because this person is a huge, huge person in my life, and it's just like no matter what, if they're wrong or if they're right, and there's no fighting them. If I try to fight them, I get hurt, I get in trouble, they don't talk to me for a really long time, and I'm always in the wrong.
Sounds like this person is a woman. I'm kidding.
But in any case, I'm gonna have to basically assert myself to this person who scares the crap out of me. Like, mind you, this person has never been violent a day in their life. Like, never put a hand on anybody, would never, ever do that ever.
But they have a tone of voice that could literally bend steel, and, like, it's worse than, like, if a mentor was real and
God,
could come and
seriously
steal all your happiness. That's what happens. All happiness is gone.
Like, this person seriously, like, performs the kiss on you every single time you have a conversation. They suck the living life out of you. And all of the happiness in the room just evaporates, and everything goes very cold and icy. Yeah, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a Harry Potter reference, so get on it. Anyway, but it's just gonna be really, really difficult, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. But it has to happen if I want anything to change, because it needs to change.
We've tried the nice route of, like trying to compromise, but we've done all the compromising, and it hasn't been an even exchange ever.
It's just been about basically what makes this person and their people comfortable, and I'm very good at doing that. I will put my happiness like 30 feet aside so that other people around me will be perfectly comfortable. Unless they're my friends, then I don't really give a crap. If you're my friends, then you should like me for who I am. But these people, let's just say you can't pick them. So that just makes it like 16 times harder, and it's painful to go through, but I just feel like Adam is going through a hell of a lot more pain. So if I can't do this, then I'm kind of taking away from what Adam's going through.
It's not that I'm going through more pain, and I really don't feel that, one is worse than the other. As strange as that sounds.
Yeah.
I say that because for each person the experience is completely different. And though I may be going through a lot of physical and emotional pain, you are as well. And it's not easy to see the person that you love go through those things. And that's something that I do take into consideration, and that's also why I feel that it must be hard for Amanda, because she could really use a lot of support herself while I go through transition. It's not just the person who's going through transition, it's everybody who's in their life that's going through it with them.
And I'm making a choice by being with Adam. I'm choosing to go through this transition with him. Adam can't make this choice. Like, he can make the choice whether or not to have the surgery, whether or not to get on testosterone, whether or not to come back to certain people. But when it's all said and done,
it's ultimately really not a choice.
It's not. Because it's a choice between life and death. For any transgender person out there,
that's what it ultimately boils down to.
Exactly. That's what it boils down to every single time. Either they kill themselves, or they get the surgeries and get the things that they need to be happy.
Yeah, and for some people that's just taking testosterone or just having the top surgery and not even having the bottom surgery. But, to have to endure all that, and for her to have to endure all that just to be met with that, you know, because I wasn't physically born a male, I was mentally born a male. I was mentally born a man. I shouldn't be less of a man just because I wasn't born with certain things. You wouldn't tell a man that he's less of a man because he can't get a woman pregnant. They make me feel bad for him, but I don't want anybody's pity. And you wouldn't